Alrighty guys, welcome back to Sweetwater Acres. We are here at the chicken coop. We are going to do some winterization before winter hits. It's kind of our last nice day, or so what the weatherman says. This week it's going to get down into the 20s, get below freezing pretty much every day, all day for the next 10 days. So we're going to wrap this in clear plastic, hopefully get that greenhouse effect where it lets the light in but keeps all the snow and cold air out, and keeps these chickens warm, keeps them from getting frostbite. Hopefully, if all goes really well, it'll keep my waters heated up so they don't freeze as well. We'll see how that goes. So I might actually have to run a line or something here to keep those open, but we're gonna wrap it. I've got a couple other projects around here I'll show you, but we're just gonna kind of get this ready to go for winter. But first things first, it's gonna be a lot easier to work in here without all the girls in here. Well, we got one boy, but we'll let them out. That's my cheering squad there. They're a little preoccupied with a stick. I was using these as weights. We actually have chicken, or not chicken wire, we have hardware cloth that comes out all the way around here. We were planning on doing some landscaping, eventually putting rock around it. Did not get to it this summer. So I just weighted it down with whatever weights I could find, which were a couple of these really heavy iron, bars that actually worked really well, but the grass ended up growing around them, so we gotta get these things unearthed, and we'll probably just use those to hold down the bottom of this plastic sheeting. Well, heck, that's gonna be slick if it stays right there. Run it a little bit past so I can wrap around this corner. Now you notice I have these 1x4s. What my plan is to staple the plastic to the 1x4s and then use the 1x4s to kind of sandwich that plastic to the run. That way, when it gets really windy this winter, it's not just, if we just stapled it, I'm worried that the wind is just going to rip that plastic right out of those staples. And then we're going to have a lot of old staples just randomly hanging out here on the run. And then two, it's going to rip and kind of defeat the purpose of us putting it up in the first place. So we'll see how this works. About right there. Eyeball. Looks even. We'll put a staple in there, and I'll probably hit a few randomly throughout here to see. Oh, see, that already ripped. Son of a gun. Well, that's not a good sign. Let's see if I can put this up without it ripping any more out. Otherwise, my master plan might be all for nothing. All right, let's see how this works. I might need another set of hands, actually. It might help me. I might be able to get it. Let's see here. There. tight. There. So that looks about how I want it there. It's kind of how I was planning it on working. See if I left enough here to go around. Probably just use staples to hold it. Ooh, I don't think I did. Or if I go under, that might work a little better. That might work a little better. Just put one in there to hold it. We'll go down this way. I'll probably come back with whatever spare wood I have and do that one. It's actually gonna hold. This is how you're supposed to hold your screws, right? I think so. So this is kind of what I'm shooting for. I got the put this second side up, got the weight down there. It's still kind of blowing. That makes me nervous, but we'll see what happens when I get that other side on, if the wind's still coming through causing havoc. Otherwise I might have to put some of those panels we use for the garden along here too, to just kind of help it. Maybe even a couple random boards to help put it down there. Poked a piece of wire through already. We'll see how well this holds up. This is our first winter with chickens, so just trying to troubleshoot a few ideas and see if this will help them. Might have to go get that bucket to stand on. I'm not quite tall enough. These are this front side's 8 foot tall. I'm a pretty tall guy, but I'm not that tall. Beautiful. So far, so good. Oh. I will have to figure out how I'm going to do this door, though. That might be another thing. about got her put together. What do you guys think? Is that gonna work a darn, or is it gonna tear apart the first snowstorm we get? Let's see. I'm gonna try to just find some small 2x4s and just piece them sporadically throughout here to hopefully just keep it sunk down nice and tight. I gotta put 2x4s on this side still. Quick egg check. Got one, got two eggs, and one of the girls is laying in the duck house. Excuse me, miss. Nope. Sleeping on the job. All right, so I think we've got it pretty well done. I have no idea how it's going to hold up. I feel like it's not going to hold up that well, but we're going to see how this works for this first winter. Got some security boards on there just to kind of help it from whipping around. Put some extra panels along here just to help as well, kind of weight it down and keep the wind from whipping it too much and hopefully tearing it, or hopefully keep it from tearing. But as you can see, this would be my door. Just duck down in here, and this is the chicken run. Got their feeders in there, waters at the end. Gonna have to empty out the duck pond before it gets too cold, but it's doing a pretty good job. You can already tell it's a couple degrees warmer in here, which is what I'm going for. So we'll see how long this lasts. All right, so another thing we're gonna try quick is hanging a solar powered light inside the coop here. From what I can tell, this is our first winter raising chickens or having chickens, and they usually tend to stop laying eggs or slow down laying their eggs during the winter. And part of it's due to the cold, but what I can tell from the research is it's mostly due to the amount of daylight that they're getting. Kind of like plants, when the daylight shrinks, they kind of shut down and go dormant for the winter. What I've read is you can actually hang one of these solar powered lights in your coop that turns on either when it gets dark or when you can come in at night and just turn it on for 4 hours. It'll have a 4-hour timer, and it'll kind of trick the chickens into keep laying eggs. So we're gonna try that this winter and see if it works. So there it is. We're just gonna run the cord out the door, hook it around the window. I got a little solar panel right there. We'll see how that holds up throughout the winter as well. Yeah, but it should give them some light in here to hopefully trick them. Last thing we're gonna do, grab a drill, come in here. Now this is their water that I made, and I don't mind, it's totally disgusting from the ducks, but there's no air that can get in up top. And when you fill it up and the chickens and ducks start drinking it down, it starts creating a suction up top, and eventually it'll just stop allowing water to come out. So I need to just drill maybe 1 or 2 little air holes up top to help water get in there. One, 2. So we should be good now. Well, it's been a day here at Sweetwater Acres. hopefully got the coop winterized, so we'll see how that goes. I'm just looking at some of the plastic, not sure it's gonna make it, but as long as we can get them a few weeks where it's not totally brutally cold, just absolutely killing them, giving them frostbite, having issues with the water, that'll be a win in my book. Just gonna be a pain cleaning it all up if it all goes down the toilet. So all right, I want to give a follow-up to the plan to snowproof the chicken coop. As you can tell, a little bit warmer here, early March, and you can see the plastic did not work 100% as planned. The plastic I chose has these seams, you can see kind of where it's starting to rip, where if the wind could get behind it and really put some pressure on it, it would rip on those seams, as you can see going down there. I also added tarps and some bracing to the north and west sides. If we go around here to the back side to the west, added more tarps back here. As you can see, the plastic ripped along the back side, and the north and west is usually where we get our snow from in the winter. So that kind of shores up the back side, and I think next year we'll save up a lot of these spare pieces of wood, so I can really firm up the front side with plastic and just use the tarps on the back side. That worked really well. So learned a lesson there for next time, but just wanted to kind of give you a follow-up on that video before I posted it, so you guys could kind of learn from my mistakes. So we'll see you on the next one.